The last day or so. If anybody was following any of the world's qualifier things and Adam's uh, commentary on them, you would have found out in the last episode and through the app itself that they are doubling the field size, which I'm assuming is going to come with some more money, but that means there's going to be another 8 weeks of qualifiers. Fantastic. I think myself, Kins, Meow Chopper, we're all going to get our chance now. We're going to see if we can fill this up with some Golden Tee people, some arcade version. So we got that. That's great. That's going to be fun. We're going to wait till we can get our guest in here in a minute. Our guest is going to be a fun one, so that's good. You guys are going to want to hear from that person. I'm just going to knock out a home edition event real quick while we wait for him to get ready. Otherwise, welcome to the show. I got Chris, I got Danny Boy, Kirk, VCU. Seems like everything's kicking in, and I'm happy that they got you guys here. Yeah, it looks like they doubled it to 30,000. So we're gonna have a big chunk of change. Yeah, Kevin, the Last Dance, end of the Last Dance was fantastic. Hey Wes, how you doing? So on this home edition event, I I'm playing two different sets depending on how I'm feeling. Right? It's either I'm playing Helix or I am playing just stock clubs, or if you want to say stock, or I was playing the Hickory set as well. Same damn thing. They're the same damn set of clubs, but playing it with stouts. And when you're playing these low irons, the low lofted irons, your 2 irons, your 3 irons, with stouts, some of the holes basically are just thumb straights. You don't even hardly have to play any wind at all with it. Thanks for checking in, Ben. I appreciate it. Kirk, you as well. So this is the worst look we'll get on this hole ever, but it's still not bad. We'll just drop this to the back of the box. Oh wow, I murdered that. Oops. Oh well. This is the only real hole in this whole contest that you'll ever miss. The rest of the contest is all super easy. So yeah, hey, if you miss it, DNF it, start it again. Well, you got to play stouts, dude. There is no doubt that you have to play stouts on all par 3 events. There's never going to be one that you can tell me otherwise. Now you start judging it a lot. Dennis, Dennis Skipper's got his qualities, man. He's got a good following. We love what he does. It's funny though. You're right. Now remember, guys, if you're on Facebook, you probably won't see the chats from the other groupings. Be sure to go into YouTube and Twitch, like, follow, subscribe, which other one aligns with that different platform. Like I said, we're going to probably pick one sooner than later, which one we want to stick with. But we haven't decided yet. And I think we're going to probably do it at the same time IT does as well, just so we're all on the same page. If you need to get to it too, you can go to goldent.com/the mouth, and that will direct you to my YouTube page as well. This one really doesn't require any bit of help through this sets. It's really simple, guys. It is really simple. Just once you got to learn your distances with the different clubs that you're playing. Like it took me a little bit of time to get back used to a 3-iron and a 4-iron again, but it's all right. uh, that brings up an email I got from Ben, and Ben Hendrick should be getting a kick out of these comments that we're getting here. He's cracking up. I bet he's cracking up right now. That's really what we've been putting all. That's really where we've been putting all of the money that we've gotten in donations. Is I've been stocking up. I've been buying trash, tons of trash, so I can fill it up as a backdrop for the stream. Lots of trash is all we need. Now, tonight's guest is a big one, right? In general, there's really, I mean, really, if we all talk about it, there's only 2 people that you could ever say are the best 2 players in gold in the history of the game. It's Mark Stenmark and it's Andy Haas, right? And you can have an argument going either way. I personally, forever, I was on the Andy Haas train. It's pretty clear right now. The best player Golden Tee, the best player Golden Tee is Mark Stenmark. But so we just gotta, and we're gonna try to get both of them in here at one point in time. But tonight we do have a special guest, so we're still waiting for connection to this guest. So I'm just gonna bang through this and talk a little bit more here. It's coming though. It's funny because I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to learn while I'm playing. It's so weird because I've got a chat over here. I've got gameplay right in front of me on my TV. I got a camera up here. I got a camera down here. I got screens down here, and I'm trying to learn and follow. I'm trying to turn and follow what Richard's doing so that I understand. But man, dude, it changes it up. It really does. It's hard to try to talk to you guys. You get a little disjointed sometimes, but it's fun, man. It's fun to watch and learn all this stuff. It's like I've got my own production crew here with Richard, and it's not like it is. I do. So once again, guys, everybody give a shout out to Mr. Richard King as always. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how we do that. I'm not sure how we can. You guys want to keep watching that? Perfect. So now I'll knock out one more of these, and I think we'll be ready to go. Okay, perfect. The t-shirt. I could do t-shirt. I was going to wear a slightly off-color t-shirt tonight. It might have been pushing the envelope of what YouTube or the streams would allow. So I thought better of it. There might be some kids on here. Now with that big news with the worlds for the mobile game upping to 16 players now, man, that's we have to really understand that they are going to push hard to have this worlds, right? No matter when it is, it's going to be at the same time. So I'm looking at trying to get into both would be great. And I'm watching and they were talking. I read in the Golden Team mobile side that it's just a bloodbath when you get into this other divisions. It's just like regular Golden Tee. You got to shoot clean rounds to be anything to make any prize things back off of it. That's really about to say it's really not too bad. I don't want to scare anybody off with it, but from what I've seen, I'm not too scared off by any of the scores I've seen being put up. Jamie, I was just talking about that, Jamie. Thanks for checking in. Well, Kirk, hey, if I'm not going to be world champion on this year, I would like to be world champion on something. And really, it's just another check to spend in Vegas if I can make that too. So hey, it's free money. If I can get in through the mobile platform with limited amount of time, I think so far I've maybe put 24 to 36 hours in. Like not, I mean, just straight through. That's really it. Not much time. I did spend a little bit of money, but I'm looking at that as an investment. I mean, if there's 16 people and there's 30K in the prize pool, let's say half goes to first, so you got 15,000 to spread out for 14 people. You got to assume you get about $1,000. Well, Ian, my stream is generally going to be for the arcade game, but it's all things Golden Tee though. And when we get to these next qualifiers, I might throw in a Tuesday Thursday type gameplay where I'm streaming maybe my efforts at going into the qualifier. So that might be something more interesting just to divvy it off. But well, like I said, all things Golden Tee. Tom, it's actually probably not though. So playing it, so one you want to be able to see what people are doing so that your opponents aren't cheating quite a bit ever. I mean, really, because there's a ton of things that people can do on their own tablet in their own location that would not be legit in that setting, right? Like, I mean, even a straight edge. The straight edges aren't going to be allowed at Worlds, so that's going to filter off a lot of people there right away. There are grid based things you can put on it. Why am I hitting that so damn hard? That actually might go in any. Oh, come on. Oh, 5-1. No, I'll probably. I want to say the last 2 years, I started off at like 8 or 12 to 1, and I don't remember. I know I bought myself. I bought 1,000 of myself last year at an average of 18 to 1. I had it at 16-1 and 20-1. Yeah, I was hoping for the win. I ran into a couple big buzzsaws. I ran into Stedmark, who's put up a one better on me on Pine, and then Fox and I had two betters both going into 18 of agave, and I went to hole it out, and I rolled off the back edge of the green, and he made his putt, and I missed my chip for him to beat me. But Fox put up a hell of a game on me. Like he chipped in from the fairway on 12, I believe it was, from like 60 yards to tie the game up. It was one of those ones where I was trying to get away, trying to run away from him. Hole it out twice, and then he came back. It was pretty sweet. So yeah, I didn't understand why you couldn't link the two accounts, but it's two different servers. It's two different servers, Danny Boy. They're not the same platform. One's running on an app server, one's running on ITNet. I don't think they want to introduce the two. It would be security vulnerabilities everywhere. That would be my thought altogether. All right, what I'm going to do after this game, after I mess up one shot, I'm going to start going through the 2016 courses, and so far we got lucky. Jason Elliott was talking smack because he beat me the two of the invites that he sent to the last 2 years, and he beat me two of the invites that he sent on the 2014 and 15 courses. So I'm going to actually focus and play the kid on these ones now. But if you guys are in Evansville, Indiana ever, stop by the Myriad Brewing Company. Check out he's got his own little thing going there, him and his wife. From what I understand, it's incredible. The beers are great. But he said, make sure you're not going in there expecting cheap beers because it's $4 domestics. So it's not going to be what you're looking for if you want to just plow through crappy beer to get drunk. So Wisconsin, you're out. In general, you're just totally out. Oh, no wonder I'm screwing this up. Guys, I've been playing Titans this whole time. I didn't even realize it. I forgot that when I was getting loosened up, I played an invite. I'm not sure what Stenmark's shooting on these courses right now. We will have to ask him and find out at some point. Let me see here. So actually, I'm going to probably just quit this because honestly, Titans on this blows. Yeah, they are my Titan ball, and I didn't want to play Titans on this. I thought I was playing Stouts because I thought I played this setup last. Well, let's go through. We're going to mow through 16. We'll start on 16, and then when our guest gets ready, we'll bring him in. So, 2016, we're going to start with Winding Pines. All right. Winding Pines is one of the courses throughout all of Golden Tee that I have a specialized bag for. It's because the zero hybrid will gain me one stroke 90% of the time, and it will help you get 18 quite a bit as well. So in this bag, I will always have a zero hybrid, no matter what I'm winding. If I saw the setup prior to it, maybe not, but nonetheless, I don't really want to change setups like that very much. So this, I'll be playing Titans right now. Yeah, Josh, Stenmark has no access to games right now. They had nothing. Can I get away with Stouts on this? Actually, I will play Stouts on this course. Not going to affect me too much either way. Correct. Puff nailed that. But remember, last year he wasn't playing a whole hell of a lot either. He's naturally gifted. His game doesn't take much time to sharpen back up. He doesn't make a ton of mistakes ever. It's just a question on whether he's holding out as much. So he's the top. He's the number one favorite, dude. There's no doubt he's going to be the betting line, the number one on the betting line to start and most likely to finish. Now, when he gets down to where he's only getting 2-1 on your money, I think it's a terrible bet. Even when it wins, I think it's a terrible bet. You're putting too much in a field of what? We're going to have 90-some people, 88 people this year? That's too much to have on one given person at those odds. Yeah, I'm with you. This is one of the best. This is one of the best courses ever made. And honestly, from 16 on, yes, correct, Kevin. Second round is happening on June 1st, starting then. From 2016 on, I think the courses are fantastic again. We had a lull from 2010 to 2015 where I wasn't really enjoying the courses as much. A lot of it was because they dropped down the course pars to artificially make it seem harder. But all it did is make your head be like, this isn't harder. It's just that a 22 is not, it's just not fun to shoot 22s, right? If you shoot it, if you're a 26 handicap and you're shooting 22s every game, it's just not really fun. Vomit. Rodney's got comments about this. Apparently, he doesn't like the course. I really do, though. That's awfully close to being there. And if I don't carry a sand wedge anymore in my bag, so I could get stuck against the wall of that bunker if I don't get up. Most of the time, it would bounce far enough away, but I haven't tried that shot just murdering it straight at it with Stouts, and I get a really good chance of holding it out from here. Okay. Now this one, now with the 120 flits being gone, going over the top of this is always a gimme. It's almost every setup you can now just murder it straight, so you're good. Oh, almost got it. And this is another course. I don't really think we have any distance issues on courses moving from this point on until we get to this year's courses where I think on Oakwood, Castleshire, Teton maybe, Powell for sure. Stouts aren't really the right play because you could lose 2 strokes right off the bat because of the balls. I can't really buy into Stouts with a 2-stroke swing off the start. 1 stroke, I could justify it, but 2 strokes is kind of pushing it. Climactic, we're doing pretty good. How about yourself? All right, I'm getting word here. We're getting pretty close to having our special guest come in. Not quite. We're almost there, though. And then having the O hybrid, of course, not only there, it's that whole helps out quite a bit too. See, Pelican, I thought was a pretty fun course. It had a lot of cool stuff you could do on it, but it could also make you crap all over the place. Oh, that's creepy. What I get to see is creepy sometimes. Oh, nice. That's all right, Kevin. Just get them to jump in and subscribe. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the pages. Makes our work all the more rewarding. Not for long, John. Not for long, John. I'm trying to see there. What? All right, this hole's got a lot of different shots. The O hybrid can come into play quite a bit here. And in fact, it will right now. If you're a little closer, you can hit the O hybrid basically straight through the trees with a low tee and it will stay under it. On this setup, we're going to play it from out here with a low tee, full cut. And I want to say it's pretty much dead straight. And I might have moved this to the wrong side of the box. I don't remember it exactly. I did. No, I didn't. I just didn't get it out. It's a little bit out right. And that ball will hit that hill and kick up at it. Now I'm going to lose to Jason. Great. Grand trick of the day. Now, the worst gimmick, of course, was that rock one that we talked about, where I showed you guys the par 5 you could drive at the end of it, and then 17 had the chute up in there. Those were the worst. And then you had to bank 18 off a wall. Like, that was, in my mind, it was an atrocious ending to a course. Pelican shots were all there. Okay, well, guys, I'm getting word. We got our special guest ready. So without further ado, we're going to bring in a former world champion, 2 times, 1.5, maybe, let's say. And all right, so here we go. We got a 1.5 time world championship. He's got a half asterisk there. A man, a myth, a legend. Second best player ever now. Andy, why don't you tell our viewers about what it feels like to be at the top of the peak of everything daily? You're the best at. Now you're not. World champion, being the best at everything there, and now you're what, like third best maybe? You got Gossett maybe better than you.
Whoa.
Denmark.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know where to go with this. But
Wow, this is how you welcome me on the show. Okay.
but we will. We're going to welcome you well. No, but here, Andy, we all love Andy Haas. Personally, always probably my favorite player. I think he's one of the most creative guys that when he's playing the game. Where does the creative aspect to come from for you, Andy?
Well, I don't know that I'm all that creative. I just I don't know. I see the shot in my head and try to do it. I don't know that I don't know. It's just
Okay, perfect
hit
example for you.
what looks right to me in my head.
Okay, perfect example for you. I showed everybody on the stream why I carry an O hybrid on winding, which is what I'm playing right now, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So what is it? Is it hole 16 or is it 15?
15.
15 on winding. I know you came up with that low, full, thumb through the little gap under the trees. That's pretty damn creative.
I wouldn't say that I came up with it, but
I mean, either that or you perfected it because now it's like the easiest shot in Golden Tee to stick.
oh well, oh yeah, oh absolutely. And I remember listening to your commentary when I was playing Paul in the first game of the finals at Worlds in 2016, and you were like, everybody thinks this hole's so hard, but it's really not. This is a no risk shot. You go up there, you boom, and it is. Once you knew the shot, it was you know. I believe it was Ed Godfrey that showed me that shot at the Tournament of Champions that year. Um, but but yeah.
So we should be calling you BASF. You don't make any of the things; you just
Oh no,
make them better.
it, that I can't argue with that.
Awesome. All right, good.
Every once in a while, I'll find my own shot. But yeah, I'm pretty good at stealing other people's.
Hey, so the people watching, guys, stealing shots is not looked down upon. No one's ever looked down upon somebody for stealing a shot. But if you can steal it and make it better and make it your own, perfect. That's fantastic. Oh, he's now I'm hearing from Danny Boy that Bordeaux taught you the shot.
I mean, my memory of it was that it was Eddie G, but I could be wrong.
Okay, yeah, and we don't ever want to give Bordeaux any credit.
No,
we'll never hear the end of it.
Nope.
Never credit for Bordeaux. So
sorry,
now,
Jeff, love you, buddy.
Well, the end of the last time we saw you on a match was we were watching you play with Clint Grover a couple times. Now,
don't remind me. Come on.
Well,
we can talk about something else besides that.
The reminder parts of this. I want to remind you to see what you feel about a couple different flaws that I noticed. So you and I talk about, and we're talking about the viability of the Stouts, right? First, let's get your opinion on what you think of the ball, and tell the people that you're actually playing them probably the same amount that I would be playing them now too.
Yeah, so I play them on current year courses. I play them on Dodge, Jamaica, and Oakwood, and then I play them on almost every old course when I play an invite.
Except Pelican, right? We both agree that Pelican, the shot through the trees doesn't work right with them.
Right. So there is a like Pelican, maybe Highland.
They're great on Highland.
A couple courses. What's that? Are they really?
They're great on Highland because the ones that you have problems with, the winds are like the 15 crosswind when you're trying to stick the little patches. Done simple now. Never a distance issue.
And any courses that has a lot of marginally drivable holes, I'm still gonna be biased towards my streaks. But you make so many less mistakes that I feel like, especially when you haven't played an old course for a while, it just the streaks just make it, or excuse me, the Stouts just make it so much easier.
Correct, because any little mistake you make, you always have a whole outcoming possibly to fix it.
That's true. And it's
Okay,
just so
now
hard to make mistakes with those balls.
it really is. It really is because you and I agree both now. Wind is the biggest factor. The course isn't with tees and balls and everything. Wind is what if you have to learn to work the wind. If you take that aspect out of your game, well, the game is a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's they the greens are so big now, and it's kind of why I like Castleshire as a course is the greens aren't as big, and even some of the holes you the fringes roll off, so if you miss the green at all, you're in the water, which is
Yeah, those the greens, the fringes on those are not fair. They're really mean to you. And you and I both are playing streaks with them
but
too.
it's
So
kind of
actually,
cool. Like it kind of prioritizes like actually hitting like a good shot.
it does, it does. But so we both recognize the advantages of them.
Yes.
I'm still of the impression that they should be gone completely from the game.
Yeah, I probably I would say I fundamentally disagree with their existence. At the same time, though, I'm not going to be hard-headed enough to not see their advantage, and if they're available to use, and I think that they're an advantage, as I do on Jamaica,
Oh
Dodge,
God.
and Oakwood, then I'm going to use them.
Oh, you're using them on Oakwood now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
What about 15 when it's the long one? You're just because that's so rare that it happens that it's not.
It's just so it is it's so rare, and you get so many more hole outs and mess up so many less other holes that
Yeah,
I
it
think
makes up for it for sure.
yeah.
I can understand it. Now, what are your prospects thinking into this year's World Championships? Okay, so you're already qualified. There's a few of us that are. I'm assuming we're going to end up having the same fields basically that we always do, so it's going to be the same challenge that we have. What happened last year? Because I don't remember honestly. I didn't get to pay attention to everyone else at all. They had me running in circles quite a bit.
I
I didn't even see where
I
you
did
finished
okay
last
last.
year.
I got ninth last year. I lost in the second round to Jared Decker, who ended up finishing second.
Was that a good
You know,
match that was strongly played by both, or
Oh
did you make
yeah,
mistakes?
yeah. We each missed one putt, and then he eagled 18 on a tough setup on Catadreas, and I didn't. He was. I remember telling him after the match, like just how well I thought he played. It was the first time I had played him. I hadn't really met him before.
Mm-hmm.
But he was very solid. Won a few more matches, and then I ended up getting knocked out by Paul Luna. Um, hit one bad shot, and that's how it goes. But so yeah, I got ninth last year, which was better than my 0-2 from the previous year. So
Yeah, I wiped that previous year off of the face of my Golden Tee roadmap. Was it the best showing?
yeah,
Was it?
yeah, yeah,
Was it?
yeah. Neither of us did too well that year.
Right. Well, I still had a good time every year. The 2 years ago was expensive though. Um,
Oh,
so
it's
now
a blast.
prospects.
And it's why I was so disappointed that we had to push it back, and I'm really hoping that we're gonna be able to have it at some point this year. But the way things are going, I don't know.
Well, Vegas's mayor doesn't seem to really give a rat's ass about the people there. So I think we very well could have it like tomorrow, and that would be okay with you. But that's a whole different ball of wax. But I got a feeling we have it coming up. Now, have you looked at the mobile at all when we were on lockdown at all? Did you take a look at the game?
I have not even downloaded it. I'll be honest. I've
Okay,
just
well,
people ask me they're well, you must love video games, or you must I literally Golden Tee is the only video game I've played since like Madden 97 on Nintendo 64 or something. Like video games have never interested me since like I got out of high school except for Golden Tee.
all right. Well,
And I don't play phone games. I don't,
I'm with you. I don't
just
like the
never something
phone
that
games
interested me.
very much. I just doing this now because more content and what the hell? If I can get good enough at something quick that I can make world championships, it's an extra check when I get out there.
Are you playing it, or how are you doing on it?
I just burned through. I just picked it up 3 days ago. I burned through to get all the clubs and all that crap. So we'll see. They announced another World's qualifier starting June 1st. So another 8 people are going to get to go, and the prize pool went from 15,000 to 30,000.
Wow.
So it's pretty obvious that the damn thing's making a whole bunch of money. I mean, put it this way: to get to the level I did, the fast as I did, I put in $160 into it.
Okay, yeah. Oh, those in-app purchases are sneaky.
Oh yeah, it is. It's like buying teas all the time. Imagine paying $1 to use a tea. Like that's it's crazy, but it works. It does work. Now, if we're looking at this year's courses, favorite course of the year?
My let's see. It's Castleshire easily.
Really? Okay, good. That's an interesting one. It's up there.
Absolutely,
So would your
absolutely.
least favorite then be Coral Ridge?
No, no, I like that course too. No, I like that course just fine. Even with its low par, I think it's got enough swing holes for match play that I find it good and interesting. I would say my least favorite is, I mean, it's got to be Dodge. I mean that it's just
It's painfully
not
easy,
a
especially
very,
with Stouts, right?
yes, yes.
The
Yeah,
biggest change with
I
it,
like
right?
I like Jamaica as well. Jamaica, well, between holes 13 and 18, that those are both holes that you can legitimately get two strokes on, which those kind of holes used to be pretty abundant, back in the day, but they're not so much now. So anytime you get multiple holes where a two-stroke swing is possible, that's got to be exciting. Um, so yeah, I'd say Castleshire one and Jamaica two, and then Coral three is probably for this year.
But you don't think any of them are bad though, so that's a good thing.
I mean, I I don't really care. I wouldn't say I care for Dodge so much, and I wouldn't say I care for Teton so much. And then after that, I think they're okay after that.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so now all-time favorite course. I have
Oh
a feeling you're
wow.
going to come out with like a royal type course.
um,
Shady.
I I like, yeah, I like Shady. I like Royal Cove is one of those where I like a course that, um, even in September, by the time you're ready for next year's update, it's still possible to shoot like an eight off. And I like
And
Royal
win. You
Cove.
could still win with an 8 off.
Royal Cove or Sunnywood or Southern Oaks or something. You could shoot a 21 or 22, and you know I'm not saying win, but you could,
Your
you're still
weekend's not
capable
over
of
if you
shooting.
do that on one of those courses in a qualifier.
You're still capable of shooting that score. Whereas, like, I feel like on these courses, the most I'm going to shoot on, or the worst I'm going to shoot on my worst game is maybe three off. On my worst game, maybe three or four off. Whereas on those ones, I could shoot an eight off easily.
Yeah, exactly. I go with I. Let's see what you think about mine. But I think after playing the Ultimate Cycle recently and playing through these again, I've Sequoia Grove is my favorite of all time.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I think it's those three finishing holes are definitely very strong. I forgot how hard 16 was. I played a couple invites on it recently, and maybe it's just because I haven't played it a lot. I kind of forget which shot for which setup. But
Yeah.
boy, I seem to knock that six. I seem to never stick that 16th green. It's very frustrating.
Well, it's funny because when we go back through these old courses, like Coral Vista was one of my favorites of all time, right? And I go back to it and I'm like, how the hell did I ever drive this green before? I putted in for double eagle on 16, and I don't even see a way to get it to the second fairway right now.
Well, with a 320 driver and the blue balls and the, yeah,
Yeah, but were they
but
were the orange balls that we were playing that much different than everything that we were using now?
I do kind of, I understand why they had to make tees available on every course, but I kind of wish they had left those old courses untouched, because some of those courses were really really hard without tees.
Oh, absolutely. But the first year's courses, we were all able to shoot 30s the whole up until what was there was
Yeah,
only
and that
one.
I guess that speaks to the repetition, right? Where you're playing it every single day, and like it's like now, like, um, I never remembered Auburn Glen being specifically tough course, when it was a current year course, and now you look at it and you'll play an invite against someone, and they'll shoot like a 16 under. Like you'll play an ultimate cycle against a bunch of good players, and there'll be multiple people less than 20 under, and and I never remembered that being that hard of a course when it was out. So
Absolutely. We were just doing an ultimate cycle. I shot a 28 on it, and I felt like it was the
wow.
greatest game I've ever played. Like, I was like, what the hell? This was amazing. It was really, I didn't feel like I did anything extra, but it obviously was.
Oh, hey, right before I was coming on, I heard you talking about Grand Canyon, and I'll completely agree that I think that probably the worst 18th hole of all time, which requires you to knock it off a rock to hit the green.
And it's not a consistent shot either, because you can
No,
play
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Sometimes you'd hit that rock, and if you hit a crack in it in the right place, the ball just takes off.
Yeah. Well,
It was
between the 16th hole, you have to ping it off a rock, and then the 17th hole is a fine hole. The 17th is fine, but then the
Well, but
18th you have to hit
17
off
was
a rock
fine
again.
for us
Yeah.
because we never played the shot. We played for the green with a cut shot. Most
Right.
players now are dumping it up in that chute and letting it roll down and
Yeah.
drop
Right.
onto
Oh
the
yeah.
green.
Yeah. That's stupid.
It was kind of hokey. It was hokey as heck. I mean, the shoot on
Yes.
Tundra 17 was still a little hokey itself, but that one was at least, it wasn't ride through 7 rocks like a roller coaster and come out in the bottom like you're on a goddamn water slide. But, all right, so if you're picking one other player than yourself that you don't want to play in a match, right? Like the least your opponent that you would have the thought that they're going to have the chance of beating you more often than not. Now you're going to say something like me and be like, I don't have a person. Yeah, great. Let's get past all the
No, no,
posturing.
I mean, yeah, I feel like, no, I mean, I definitely know who it is, and I'm probably giving up a little as far as mental edge here, but no, it's the, the person who's had the most success against me is 100%. It's Denmark, 100%.
Okay, so
There's
he's
no
had the
lying.
most
I mean,
success against the world.
I I've beat him plenty. I've beat him plenty of times, but he's probably beat me more than anyone else. So I would say it's definitely him.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna end it. We got one last question for you, and it's a big one.
Okay.
Marry, screw, kill. Jojo, Gossett, Stenmark. Go.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, it's good. I tried to play this through my head which ones you were going to come up with. And we got him going a little red.
Well, I definitely marry JoJo because he's just the nicest guy. I mean, he's harmless and he'd make a good husband slash wife.
Now, do you go with looks here? Appealing? I mean, physical stats. Gossett and Stenmark are pretty similar.
No, no, no. He's just so nice and kind of diminutive that I feel like I could get along with him.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
you feel like you could get
yeah.
along with them.
As far as the
Good.
rest of that, you're kind of breaking up, and I can't really.
All right, so he said he wants to kill them both. That was the final answer, everybody. All right, so hopefully the next time I see you, is it going to be World Championships? Very well might be. Hopefully we get a tournament in there. I think that it would be a very big
I
tournament
I
if
am
we
I
do
am
get one.
jonesing for a tournament like you wouldn't believe, man. It's like, man, I was disappointed when they canceled St. Louis, and I'm just kind of itching to get that competition going again.
Yeah, hey, maybe we'll get some streams set up for your guys spot, and maybe we can get some remote tournaments going.
Anything to get some kind of
To get
action
the
going, I'm
juices
I'm in
right, yeah.
favor of
I've
it.
got this at least. I've got this, so it's not as competitive as I'd like, but it's still fun. But hey, thank you for stop. Thank you for checking in with us. I appreciate it, man. Always love talking to you. You're one of my favorite. I did have
Absolutely.
one
I
other
love the
question
American
too.
flag background, by the way. I like
Well, we
it.
can thank Steve Sobel for that. I got a package on my doorstep thinking I was getting some sheets for my backdrop, and I go, God damn it, they sent me the wrong package. I open it up, I'm like, well, it's pretty cool, but why did the sheet company send me an American flag? I was like, oh, we'll use it as a
America.
backdrop. And then Sobel said it was him. There was one other thing, though, I forgot to ask about. I've seen hashtags for this. And does this help your game? But there's this thing people talk about called Haasing. And how does that happen? Like, what does one do to Haas? How does one Haas? Oh, there we go. We end his interview with a Haasing. And there we go. All right, so we're going to kick back over. We're going to get back to gameplay. Thanks again, Andy Haas, for checking in. Remember, guys, he would marry JoJo. That's all we got out of this. He wants to marry JoJo. I don't know if it was a want, a like, but he wants to marry JoJo. That's good. So, JoJo, if things happen go bad with your wife, know you got options on the other side of the fence. We're going to pop back into gameplay here in 1 second. And actually, let's take a little quick break. I'm going to get a little restroom break here. And then we'll get right back to it. Cool. Audio off? Yeah. for sticking around, guys. Once again, thanks to Andy Haas. Big shout out to him. He's one of my favorite players, my favorite people. He was at my wedding. He hossed with his wife at my wedding. It was beautiful. You never seen a guy and his wife try to make out and miss. They miss each other's faces and end up kissing each other's shoulders. It was a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful sight to see. And you are right, Jerry. Hell of a guy, really fun guy, blast to be around. Hopefully I can't wait to see all these guys soon. Hopefully this kind of stuff gets you guys to come out to the next tournament. They're fun guys to be around. Beautiful. Well, we're gonna get back into gameplay here. I'm gonna focus a little bit more here and try not to blow it. Because I talked a little smack back to Jason Elliott. Okay, we're gonna go at this one. I'm just thinking to myself, moving a little bit sideways to play the wind. Bam, thumb it, backspin. This should be good. Ah, too much. Well, once again, we're going to show you the one shot at the end of this, the one that I'm talking about that I said Andy created, kind of, which I didn't realize. And what you're going to learn, Andy just perfects everything. He's robot type guy when he plays. If you listen to the commentary about his matches against Clint Grover, I saw it right then. He went to Stouts, and we both know that thumbing straight shots with Stouts is imperative. He's so meticulous with where he puts his tee that if he's not thumbing straight that day, he's gonna not get the full advantage of Stouts. And you could see it right away. The first 3 times he used a tee against Clint, he pushed him off left a little bit. So that advantage that he had with Stouts was almost gone, and Clint just played great. Marty, he is kind of a chump, though, right? That whole thing, the Haasing, he kind of it's amazing because he pass out, he start drinking, and he'll pass out, and we all make fun of him for it. And my wife says, "God, Mark, I wish you would just pass out when you get drunk. Instead, you think it's good to take off your pants and to make worse decisions." So, in a way, Haasing has probably saved him from a lot of bad moments. All right. The play on this one with this wind and with the tee boxes, we got to hit an A1 and hit it to play off of the path, right? So I need to bounce this off the bridge. So it's not going to be a full 1. I'm going to hit a full A and then get it out some. That's the worst look that could be here. Now, let's just flip the 3 so we stay under the tree. Jason, what are you agreeing to? Hi, Tiffany. All right, let's see. The shot's there. All right. So, you take this view here. You're going to go left of the ball washer. We're going to low tee, 0 hybrid. On this setup, I'm going to hit bite. I don't think I've ever tried this with Stouts before, but we're going to go full A. Throw it a little left. Kicks up, right through onto the green. Kevin, I think I've got another really good guess for Friday. So in case you guys didn't see that, look at the YouTube on that one. If you guys want to just scroll back in your video on it, that shot is going to be the identical way you're going to play that. Anytime you see the tree is high enough that your low tee will get under it, you're going to figure it out pretty quick which ones it gets under and which ones don't. But if you think you can get it under the tree, it's just a full A, thumb it a little left of the 2. It's not a murder thumb. It's just a smooth, normal thumb shot. And it will hit through there, hit the hill, bounce up. The worst thing that happens is it hits the hill and hits the trunk of the tree. And then you're chipping up and getting your birdie that you would have gotten if you laid up anyway. I whiffed that ball. Kick up. Woo, lucky. I think you probably beat me on this one, though, right? Actually, I'm on a 27. This is okay. I'll take a 27 on it. Well, hey, and Kevin, if you check your email, ooh, wow, maybe we could get Skip on as a guest. That's a great idea, Oriole. I appreciate it. Maybe we should get Skipper on here as a guest. That would be good. I kind of think I'm going to start. I want to do the interviews more like a between two ferns type of interview on it. But we'll see. I want to see. I don't want to make the guests feel uncomfortable. Luckily, I told Andy ahead of time that I'm going to hit him with some hard hitting, tough questions, so he knew. Yeah, you saw you saw my proposal. You can respond to it. It's in there. These thoughts are all there. So what's after winding? It goes winding, and then let me see. Is it winding then Elkhorn or Elkhorn's next, right, guys? I figured you would have. It's because I hit that one dumb shot early. I could take a loss by points. That's fine. Oh, Antelope's next. Okay. Little bit hard to focus though. Like I said, I wish I could just play straight through these, but we'll get this one. Here we go. I'm gonna stick with Stouts. See where I go with them. Knew I needed to release that. We got nothing. So far nothing spectacular. This one we got to worry about the tip of the mountain here. Most of the time, your high 5-woods and 4-woods get around. This setup's a little bit different because you can go with the full C3 type shot. I always played this one around the left side with the high T3. Little bit of cut and then throw it all the way out. Now I didn't cut it enough, so I'm in trouble. That's not good at all. See, here's the problem. The chip wouldn't be bad. I just don't know if it's going to come out of this. Woo! It's fine. Good. Negroni. Play the wind a little bit. Thumb at high T. Release, and I pushed it left. Speed-wise, that's perfect. And what is in that Negroni there, Andrew? This was probably my most holdout hole ever in Golden Day. I used to hold this thing out a quarter of my games. Put it right there, and of course I go a little bit too far, but this should be okay still. Ooh. All right, this is a fun one. Now, I commented on Haas's and Luna's match in 2016's World Championship on this hole, and I felt a little bad about it. But Andy had won the first match. I think he threw up a 4 better on him on winding. It was ridiculous. And at that point in time, I think Luna had known that Andy was on his game, so it was going to be a little bit tough to win. But and Luna got in his own way. He got to this hole and hit a completely wrong shot, a shot I don't think he would have normally hit. But if we go up here, we're going to play this around. I'm not going to be able to clear that mountain with anything that gets to the green. So I think I'm going to go with the 5-wood. I'm going to full see this and then play it so that I barely get it around the outside edge of the rock. Catch, stick the green. That's all you're looking for. We'll get it, RJ. That's a good start. Don't worry. It's like riding a bike. I personally, I think that this year, on this year's courses, I was working a real job and I just came back. I hadn't been playing much. I came up to this course. I popped 33 unders on every course in this year's, I think. And well, I feel like this year I was probably, I feel like it, going into world championships on these courses, I was the best player in the world. And that was not playing nearly as much as I had in the past. Like I had just came back to start bagging games again. I quit my job, not to play Golden Tee. I just quit my job because I just didn't want to do it anymore. It's one of the negatives I've always had with Golden Tee my entire life is that it's sitting back there like I can go make enough money to live by going to the bar and playing Golden Tee if I need to. I might not. I'm not going to get rich, but plenty of money to get by. So I never have that fear at work. Like if something stupid happens, like something little happens, I quit. See you later. I'm out. I quit. I never have that fear. That fear that says you got to keep this job and fight through this. So it's kind of been a negative, but I think the positives of Golden Tee outweighed this way more in my life. Now you got a lot of options here. When I see the pin up short, I come down here because then I can just cut a 5-wood or a 4-wood and put it close that way. If I see the pin in the back in the top left, I then go back to this island behind me that's up higher because then I can hit my 10.5 or my 8.5 driver and get it to the back pin spots. But otherwise, you don't need to do that from here. And you're pretty much over the top of those rocks. Yeah, it may have hurt my work ethic, but actually I have a great work ethic. When I get to my jobs, I bust ass for the people I work for. But then I expect to be compensated according to how much ass I bust. And if it's not happening, that's what makes me quit. Pretty much any fairway part of this is good. I always like going here, hitting an A1, and going through the gap. Because, and I think Andy would back me up on this, it's something that it's so dumb when you say it. It's so easy to think about. You hole out immensely more the closer you are, right? If I'm 100 yards away or I'm 200 yards away, I'm going to hole out twice as much from 100. It's just math, guys. So put it closer if you can. Now, obviously, there are some variations on that, but in general, the closer you are away, the more you're going to hole out, the less likely you are to make mistakes. All right. I need to get some music on, I think. Let me do this. I'm going to hang on one second. I got you. Sorry, guys. I'm just reconnecting my Bluetooth to a different machine. We connected to the stream machine so I could hear Andy talk to me. But I don't want to run music off of that. There we go. We're better. Let me get back to the chat. All right, this hole, it's going to carry a little bit more than you think. Even if I was playing Titans or Streaks, I would be hitting a 3-wood at this. See, I mean, I only hit that 136, and I was pretty long. Okay, this is the look we don't want to have because I've seen people try to go for this strip all the time. I'd never go for this one. If I'm not the one where I have to go to the low side, I just go to the low side. Stouts will make this even easier, too, from down here. You just have to make sure you're in the fairway down here. Oh, Christ. Oh, there's a stroke. I just gave one away. Unless I got to the rough. Nope, I'm in the dirt. That's a stroke away. I needed to hit that a little farther. I can't believe that was short with a high tee. So you put it on that part of the fairway. A 3-wood still clears the upper part of it. So you can cut a 3-wood around to get it to that back pin. Definitely a harder look than it can be. Jason's probably sitting back there twiddling his mustache going, oh, I got this one now. When you're on the back box, the 5-wood clears it. The 4-wood will clear that mountain from back enough on the box, but through the little tips. I almost never try the 4-wood. I'm going to just murder a high 5 at this. Pretty much dead straight. This looks like the wind's going to carry this right back at the hole. A little hard. All right, now we got a couple of little challenging ones coming up, always depending on setup. And they didn't do us any favors on this one. The tee boxes to the right make this shot a lot easier. Ugh, this is not my favorite look, to tell you the truth. At the straight ahead look on this, I don't think anything clears. From here, it clears. Now, up by the green, you've got a rock wall on the right to bank off of if you want to come in with a C3-ish type shot. Because if I come from this angle to clear the rock going at the green, I'm going to have a line going right at the left side of the green into the water. So on this one, I'm going around the left for sure, right? I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit the high 5. Actually, God, I'm looking at this. That's 6 might clear going straight. So I'm going to hit the high 5, though. I'm going to pull it back just a baby cut, and I'll go through terminology one more time. Baby cut, for when I say baby cut, my cut is going to go to the tip of the B or inside to the straight part of the B. So inside of the B is baby cut. Half cut is in between the A and the B or the B and C. A flat cut is straight to the tip of the A or straight to the tip of the C. And a full cut is all the way to choose club on either side. So on this one, I'm just going to baby cut it because I got wind pushing it back towards the hole. Little baby cut. And then I'm going to throw it out 1.5-ish. I'm not going to murder this because this would fly it. Ah! I caught green first. That was looking really good. Well, we got the eagle. That's a big one right there. Okay, we got a really easy look on this. If you're teed up close like this on one of these closer boxes, you're just murder boner this over the top of it. You can pretty much get a straight shot in. Now, when you have a wind in your face or you're way on the back, you can leave it back, and a 5-wood and a 6-wood clear the mountain. Even a 4-wood in some situations could clear it too. The straight look on that one always makes this a lot easier. God, this is it's. You see the shot, it's easy, and it's just hard to control the distance. Luckily with Stouts, I have a lot more freedom here. If I was hitting that with Titans, that shot would have been really hard. I would have had to have hit a 5-wood at it and hit it solid, and it still might have bounced up and over. Remember, you've got a backstop here, but if you hit the backstop too hard, it's coming all the way back down wet. So I'm just going to hit the 5-wood with bite and hit it solid out to the left of the green. There we go. All right, so we're 1-1. We tied 2 games. All right, next one on the list. Next one on the list is Elkhorn, or yeah, it's Elkhorn, right? Yeah, this one's going to be close to being able to be driven. I'm going to switch my bag on this. What's in this bag? I've got a 9.5. I've got a lob winch in this bag for that reason alone because there's some deep bunkers here. But I'm playing for the win right now, so I'm going to switch to my standard set of clubs. I have the 8.5 and the 10.5. And I'm going to put one into the bunker and try and make the chip then, too. Now, it's the question on... That is going to be too... this is just a bad... It's going to be a bad cut coming in. But let's see if we can hang this out enough to hit the hill and have it drop down onto the green. I didn't get it out. I didn't hang it enough. I'm going to catch the tree, and then it's going to stop up there. All right, how far away are we? 43 yards? Oh! That was close. Notice how when you're putting up from that high away, you're going to have to play the wind a little bit. And that putt, the reason I was able to putt that, it goes into the turbo putter type theory. Turbo putting from the rough is a little different. If I'm 25 yards or more away and I have a downhill lie, the ball jumps in the air and you can putt it to the hole no problem. It'll generally clear about 40% of what the distance that it's going to go. So let's say I've got a 25-yard putt. I need to make sure I have less than like 10 yards in front of me on that putt coming, or else it will hit the rough and not get there. That one there, I was way up in the air. I didn't even care if it hit the rough coming down because it should have came forward, but you saw it hit the rough and stopped almost instantly. I gotta reboot the chat thing from my end, guys. All right. Two looks. You can go long and to the right from the front box. Otherwise, it's come over here. It's high tee of 5 wood and crush it. You may hit the rock. Okay, cool, but it'll kick up and you get a shot in. Yeah, Chris, one of the things that I started doing in my head a lot more after the 120 glitch was fixed is know how far I can hit everything with a max straight shot, meaning a 142 straight. Because I can do that every time now. Like, before you had a problem with, like, you could have shots that went 120 inexplicably. Now that doesn't happen. So with that not happening, you can then realize your max distance on a club and go with that club that you know you can get there always. Now, obviously, you're always having to adapt your max distances based on elevation and wind, but if you're a stout person, it's not going to be as much distance change because the wind is never going to be, the gaps aren't as big. Ah. Okay. I'm always going to this island. If you're playing casual, it's a little different. You don't go to this island. But here, you're going to the island. Hi, Jamie. How are you doing, sir? I'm just going to play just to the outside left edge of the tree in front of me and hit this solid. Your biggest problem is the snow there. As long as you're not in the snow, you can get to the green. So we can get to the green. Well, Matt, I wore anybody who knew Andy back in the day, he always wore a pink polo. Right? He did. Every tournament. In fact, I stayed with him at TOC one year and I opened the closet. There were 3 pink polos in there. The 9 wood will generally clear this. On this one, I'm going to hit the high T7 and I'm going to smoke this. It may hit the rock on the way down, but it will kick it all the way forward, and the worst it's going to be is in the rough just past the hole. I just don't know with Stouts if it's getting that far. Nope, that was good. I like it. Happy days. So now, do you guys want to keep seeing more interviews like that? I'm thinking for the layout, we do one of those a week type thing, unless we got something special going on. And then you saw Kevin Lindsay in the chat from commenting from Facebook. I would like to pull them in once or twice a week too. I mean, I'm sorry, once every week or every other week, just to get a state of the game type thing. Oh, he's not an every weeker. He's not that guy, guys. He's not that interesting. He's kind of boring, actually. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oriole, I can't stand not having a card reader. What I would do is this though. Before you think it broke, tell me, does it light up? Does it have a red light on it? Oriole, if your card reader has a red light on it, it's not bad. It's probably not broke. Is the light on it? All right, cool. We'll get more of those going then. Maybe you should get some group ones. I'd like to pull in a couple other people playing games. The guys you'd like, though, it's hard to because a lot of them don't have access to a home machine and don't have streaming equipment set up. Oh. But tell me if the red light is on in the card reader, though, Oriole. It blinks. Okay, that means it's broke. Yeah, that thing's broke. If it's blinking, it's broke. Personally, I like card readers way better. But when you have friends and family playing too, yeah, no, if it blinks, it's done. It's there. There's nothing you're doing with that. That thing's done. I screwed with the blinking ones all the time. Uh, if it was no color or if it was red, then you might have a fix for it with those card reader cleaners, which are actually gems. As long as you're getting power to that damn thing and it's not flashing, then it will basically work on every machine. Every time I've used one of those card reader cleaners, it started working. Todd frickin' Pentecoff. My God. Blast from the past, ladies and gentlemen. Often imitated, never duplicated. How are we doing, Todd? You're going to have a hard time getting a Luna on the stream because he's actually a bit shy. Yeah, Kevin might be able to point you in the right direction from IT, but I also think that Brian Roski and Adam Fitzgerald probably have some that they would love to sell you. How do you leave that, you dumbass? All right, it's a gimme chip, though. It's a gimme. My God, dude, are you going to blow it on something like this? Jesus. All right, this one can be fun. There's a lot of different options on this. Most of the time, you're going high T or stock T over to the left of the tall ones here. And sorry, the telestrator, we're working on something with the telestrator right now. So please, I would telestrate, but we're working on it. We're doing some fun things with it. We bought a license for it, so now we got to set it up a little bit better. So with my chipping, it all depends on the surface I'm coming out of. I'm never worried about it going too far past the hole because it's almost always a butt coming back, Kevin. So if I have a big braking chip and I want to take off a lot of the brake, I'll roll it. If you notice that chip, the short one I had on, I think the Antelope Par 5, where I went a little long and I was in the rough. Kirk, talk to me after this. I may be able to help you out. Now the one so that chip there that I hit roll on it because it was a right 8. I didn't want to play the brake on that at all. So I kind of did a slightly pulled back 5-iron with roll and punched it at it so it would just go in. Yeah, Steven's right. They are a pain. You need the hex guy there. But most of them though, I like using release because I can keep the line a little better. Release or bite, as long as you just know how the brake's going to react to it, is better. Backspin's almost a no-no with chipping because it makes the ball hop. And when the ball's hopping, it one changes the break and how it reads on the green, like it changes the surface and it bounces to the right more if you have a right chip, and it doesn't play true always because it can land on different spots. With release or bite, it sticks to the green faster, so you never have that spot where it can bounce over the hole. But I mean, before release and bite, I chipped with roll every time almost, and it's why I think it's why I think I'm a way worse chipper now because all these different spins have made me change my launch angles are different. Ah, nice one, Matt. Right, and I really think roll is the best thing to chip with, but it's a lot harder to control. And honestly, nowadays I get more lip outs than we used to on chips. I don't know if there's anything to that, but with roll especially, it's also why I've never switched to a 5 hybrid in any of my bags because that little bit of extra sauce on the 5 hybrid, I would lip out chips constantly. That was a bad shot. I needed to hit that. I didn't do the math right with having stouts there. All right, 17's the challenging one here, but this isn't bad at all. We're just going to play it super safe, low T to 7, and just flip it up there. I'm not messing around with this. Nope, not a chance in hell am I going at that pin. And now since I have rollovers figured out as a science, I'm not worried about them anymore. I know what I need to do on the ones I can roll over. All right. You got to make sure the first thing you're going to think when you look at this hole, what club is the lowest lofted club that's going to clear this, right? And for me in this case, I think the 10.5 will clear this with no T on it. Okay, cool. The 8.5 is out of the question. Right, that's going to hit the hill. Bad idea. So now I'm looking at here, what am I going to be playing a backspin shot coming in? Am I playing a bite shot coming in? I look at that where the pin is, and if I play a normal backspin shot with any of these clubs, the 10.5, if I'm playing a backspin shot with no high T, I'm bringing the water short into play quite a bit. I mean, it's in play on any club that I hit at this time. So is that my right play? Probably not. So if I'm not using a T, I'd be hitting bite spin on this, no matter what. I'm going to probably use a high T here, though. And this one's going to carry a little farther than normal. And I'll backspin the high T forward. And we're just going to play this out to the middle of the green, right stronger past the water. It is, right, Vinny? It's delicious. I'll be bringing that watermelon to tournament for myself, just so I have it to mix with. So I want to put this to the middle of the green, aim where the small point is on the green, let the 8 win that I have, since it's an 8, not a 16 with stouts, move it back to the middle. I'll have a pretty decently long putt, maybe a 30-footer, 40-footer, but it's going to be a down 7 for me. But like I said, since I know the distances that Stout's going to roll over, I'm not worried about the putt at all. And I babied that, didn't I? Oh, he got lucky. All right, I babied it, got lucky. I got cute trying to make it. And that one I'm not going to screw around with too bad. 51 feet. We'll go back to my putter thoughts here. So, with the putt being 51 feet, the putter length that I have right now is 50-foot putter. It will be giving me an extra 3 feet of putting distance because of the stout ball that I'm using. If I had Titans, I'd say 4 feet. If I had Streaks, it would be 5 feet. That really doesn't come into play only when you're deciding which putter it's going to give you. Right now, I know it's giving me the 50-foot putter, though. So I could most likely putt this without C-putting it even, and this will not roll over. Because by the time it gets to the hole, a 50-foot putter, even with the down 6, is not rolling hard enough to roll over the cup. That will change when you start getting to an 8-footy and a down 8 or more on a putt. But for the most part, with stouts, this won't roll over. And in fact, I'm just going to hit it in. That will not roll over from 50 feet. If I had Titans or streaks, a little bit more likely, but most likely that same thing would have happened. It wouldn't have rolled over. If that was, let's say, a 55-foot putt, then that ball is rolling over almost for sure. With Stouts, the C putt slows it down enough. With Titans and streaks, you're going to have that part where even when you C putt those, that might still roll over. Yeah, Kirk, you can either that or just shoot an email back to us back on that you've been emailing with me on. And Richard, you already have him. You already have something from him. Okay, so this is VCU. This is the only thing I haven't quite gotten figured out, but it feels to me that it's every 10 feet. You get to the 80-foot putter, then there's a 100-foot putter, and then there's a 150-foot putter. It's there. And that's why we always had and here's why we always had arguments about which was a turbo putt or not. The ball comes into play on it. No, Todd, it's the same putting as always, but you know how we always thought it was turbo putts at 75 or 85 feet in that range? It's not that at all. The putting is dynamic. There's putters that you have like an infinite, not an infinite amount, but I feel like there's 9 or 10 different putters that it hits from. Yeah, I think that's true. The only part about that I don't know for sure, VCO, is whether it's 120 maybe and 150. But once you get into that range, you're not really fine tuning those down. You're just C putting them if it's over that and hitting it. And then it's also the ball you use. And once you start realizing it actually makes perfect sense on why balls. You'll see which ones. I've tested that. I've had down sevens rollover at a distance that I didn't think a rollover was possible with Stouts, but that's also a down 7. So there are ramps. There's still ramps. It all depends on the type of ball you use, whether you're going to get a ramp or not. But they're not as, for instance, Castleshire. What is it? 10. I ramped that ball 550 the other day on accident, and that was using streaks, a lower spin ball. All right, what is next? We have that would be what is next? It's Hawthorne, right? Is next Elkhorn Hawthorne? Antelope, Elkhorn, Hawthorne, then Volcano. Good. I've gotten a lot of practice on this course on the mobile edition lately. I don't think it's really programmed. So what my thought is the programming is basically telling you, and this is so that people can't miss putts. Like when you first start playing, it's not hard to hit a ball out there, but people don't have the fine tune to hit putts. So if you're playing in casual, it doesn't want somebody missing a 10-foot putt 50 feet away. So that's how I started really dialing that in. I would take a 20-foot putt and see how far I could miss it. And it was like 3 to 5 feet. You could only miss it by that far. Depending on slope, obviously. And then that's where it starts coming into play. I haven't sat down and really fired at 100-foot or more putts. Just because it's when you get to those putts, we know they're going to turbo or not. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It was just, and honestly, nobody really had. I don't think anybody had ever thought of it that way and figured it out. But in all of my testing, I'm not rolling over down 6s with Stouts ever, because if it's like if it's a 53-foot putt, I don't care about the down 6. I just make my putt. If it's a 54-foot putt, I'm C putting it. If it gets to like 58, I can probably hit that with no C putt. And it's that same thing. So there's going to be different distances there based off of the thing that you're hitting off of. All right, this is a really downhill, but I'm still going to hit the 9-wood with thumbs backspin. I low tee. I didn't need it. I was scared. I was scared not to low tee that because I didn't want to hit just past on the fringe, but it didn't need to be low teed. I could have just nutted that in. I finally eagled this for my first time with a putt on the mobile today. It's just one of the holes I didn't realizing. Oh, because Todd, if there's no distance issues in there, if there is no distance issues in this game, cutting my wins in, if there's no distance issues with the Stouts on the course that you're playing, cutting my wind in half is imperative. I hole out a ton more. Jeremy, we got to keep everybody. No, we actually, Haas and I just talked about it in the interview that I did with him. And there's a mix. And a lot of people just haven't, they won't change to them because I really, they're bad for the game. They should be gone. The Stout should not exist, right? It's bad. I've become a worse Golden Tee player because of them. Absolutely. But I'm also, like Haas said, I'm not hard-headed and stupid enough to not take an advantage that's given to me. Can't be missing that. God, even with the humidifier running lately, it's gotten super humid out here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Now you can easily hit this with the 10.5. I want to hit the high T3 wood because I don't want it to spin very much. I want to take off a little bit. God, playing this, oh my God, really? That feels like some goddamn mobile putting, my God. No, it doesn't. But it changes the game entirely, though. It makes everything else not valid. It should be, if they're going to be there, they should be stock distance. Which would make them unplayable on almost every course for top tier players. If you only had stock distance. Stuff like these events modes, though, I'd still be murdering it with them. Get in. I'm just getting. I'll buy all of the clubs. I'll have all of the clubs after tonight. I'll have them all on after tonight. I'll get back to you and tell you more about it then. What I think about it. I don't see myself having any problem being competitive though. But I will say this: that game, you need to have the best equipment in order to be competitive at the levels over 30. Even before 30, you did. This is a really bad look, guys. I can't clear it. So if you look, it shows 318 to 3. I think Streak showed 328, Todd. But the problem is, on this setup with 11 in my face, Stouts are actually longer than any ball in Golden Tee right now. Right? Because at 6 miles per hour, I think is, if I did them, remember my math right, at 6 miles per hour, a high T 8.5 with wind dead in my face, they pass the distance of the Titans. At 8 miles per hour, they pass the distance of the Streaks. It might be 9, right? But that's the thing, though. Wind is a huge factor in it altogether. Shit. All right, get away. Yeah, exactly. It is the wind cutter ball, but it's not 75% like in the mobile game, Tom. Yeah, I lined the gate up pretty good. I just didn't line up the shot. I just missed the shot coming through. 'Cause, 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 'c You technically don't, though. Danny Boy, I don't have to. You don't have to. The courses can set up that you don't need the extra distance. And all I'm doing is I'm looking at it. I mean, I'm not paying per game I play. I'm also spending that. I'm not winning anything back. But if it costs me $300 for a shot at World Championships and that, let's say I take home $1,000, I'm okay with $1,000 extra while I'm going to be in Vegas anyway. This is a different shot. The mobile guys are going to look at this and not understand what I'm doing, but. Yeah, I am, Kurt. I don't think you can hit the shot that I just hit on mobile, where I put it here. No, but you can't get there. You can't get there, though, on most setups. You typically go farther right. Mobile's an interesting game. It was really pissing me off, like, because just like real golf, Golden Tee kind of ruined real golf for me too, right? Because I expect to be able to make this 5-iron chip from 25 yards, not take 6 strokes after that. And mobile was doing the same kind of things because I'm expecting to be able to hit a full at something and hit a cut shot and have no problem getting to a shot, and it just doesn't work the same. Once I got past the mental aspect of it, it was pretty. It's not much different at all. And the spins and stuff are a little bit different. Oh, I'm sure you will, Kurt. We discussed your affinity for Vegas. A lot of the shots, though, that you're seeing, it's the same shot that we're hitting on mobile. Okay, 16 feet, though, right? I'm only 3 feet past my number. This putt for sure could roll over if I didn't C-putt it. Stouts, the C-putt pretty much makes them all not roll over if you C-putt them. But 9s and 10s can't. Yeah, no. He uses Dodge, Oakwood, and Jamaica. I don't use them on Oakwood. I think Oakwood would cost me too much with Stouts. Yeah, I'm probably going to stay right at the Orleans because it makes everything easy. But Cosmo might be my favorite. We'll talk. We'll discuss. Let's see where everything lines up first. I don't think I've seen this box on mobile. It's a really good tee box to go at this. It's still. I'm never going to be close on this putt. All right, I missed way too many putts. Did you beat me again? I think you beat me. Hole 6. Yeah, no, that's where my problem is, Tom. A hole 6, I found it to be impossible. There have been stuff that I can't do that. I know. I agree, but nonetheless, I get ran around a little bit while I'm at these two. I got a feeling that this year might even be a little bit more running around. Ooh, is Kovinicus who I'm playing? I gotta see. I think that's. Oh yes, yeah, me. Are you playing as Kovinicus? Is that what you're playing as, Jason? Or are you still playing as Try Harder? We don't know yet, Todd. It's the qualifier still only home edition has had theirs done yet. We have a lot of us are qualified already from other things, but there's still the qualifier hasn't really happened. It got postponed. So I think we've only filled 40 people so far. I drooled on my deck. I wish it was $1 million question, Ryan. All right. Okay, this has got a chance. I'm pushing everything with my thumbs a little off right now. Okay, good. Whew. It's from Indiana. Who in Indiana is shooting? That's got to be Matt Kay or something like that. Or Mike Johnston, probably. Well, same ugly look that we always get in the mobile, too. Hopefully, I doubt we'd be able to get it then. I don't know. We'll see. Guys, we just don't know yet. 43 out of 88. I think you're right, Joey. I think that sounds like the right number. And who knows too if we even get 88, because I think 2 of the ones left would be coming from 2 tournaments from vendors. And if they don't have the vendor tournaments, what do they do with those passes? I would assume they'd have to go back into the qualifier mix, but who knows? Todd, I haven't played a tournament. I haven't been at a bar. Oh, there's 3 left. Okay. All right, we're going to look. This pin is really tucked today. That's not fun. Ooh. And then 2 more power tournament ones? Okay. Well, Steve, I think it's a little different because I don't think we didn't pay for the room, I don't believe. So I don't think it's going to be the same. It's when they have an open weekend that's not, whoa. Get on the rough. All right, we're good. Shit. All right, I'm not going to risk this. Well, I screwed it up anyway. Yep. Oh, there it goes. This game's screwed. That's tough. That's such shit. God. It certainly doesn't look like a lip that I'm putting through. Oh, I'm in trouble now because this chip's going in the water too. This short. Yeah, I talked with Kim last night. I think you're getting me on this one, Jason. Let's see if we can make it happen. Let's see if I can come back from this. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I should have just tried to make the chip and then water it twice that way. So at least I feel good about myself. All right, we're right back in it. I don't believe the power cane ever closes either, Kurt. We're trying to hit softer plays right now. Didn't get over it. Crap. I fucked that up. Good. Stay right there. Fine. We'll get a birdie out of it. Oh, maybe almost got the eagle. I love that hole. I just couldn't remember if the 7-wood got over there. It was a bad luck. It was a 9-wood, I think. Or actually, I could have hit the 7, but I should have gone outside of the tree, not inside where I tried. That's King talking, guys. I don't have machines. Yeah, right now in Cedar Rapids, I actually don't have a bar to play in. I got a call yesterday that the bar that I played at, they kicked my vendor out of. And I don't want a part of that bar without my vendor being there. I don't want to play on a new vendor. Especially when my old vendor owes me money. And it's Club Lucky, too, so. Not money, gift cards. I don't know. Actually, I think bars and I think they said something. I think Pritzker made a change today that says bar. They're gonna. It's like a week away now for the patio seating. Yeah, that's the same thing with here. Machines are off, pool tables are closed, but that's until the 26th. Oh, I got you. Okay, that makes sense. Holy shit! Did anybody ever notice that volcano erupting before? Was it always like that? I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh, you see it, Todd. Guys, I don't like this setup one bit. I'm not a big fan of this. That volcano's freaking me out, though. So you're paying $4 a game? I have a pretty unique deal set up with mine. So yeah, that volcano being lit up. Kevin Lindsay, are you still here? It was freaking me out. I mean, you think they could? I think you could make the volcano like at least have some stuff around. All right, so we're done with that year's courses. What's next? What's the next year? So 17, we start with Juniper. Did he send me one? I'm sure he did. I didn't see a Juniper on my list though. Did you guys? Oh, there it is. All right. I got to see if Jason beat me on that last one. It hasn't come through yet. We'll see. I made a hell of a comeback, I gotta say it. What did you end up shooting on that, Jason? This year's, from here on in, they're all very good to me. I liked them all from here. Oh, good game. So if I didn't screw up 8, I shot a 30 on that. I mean, 9, whatever it was. That was really weak and safe. Come on! Damn it. Yeah, that whole I messed up 8 pretty bad. Yeah, I am getting fancy at him. You're right. So did I, Ans. That's it's a little different. What I don't like the sniper balls, but I use it on that. I've used them on that hole like every time. See, this is where I'll always make my mistake and forget that I put an 8 wood, 9 wood in my bag on this course, not a 7 wood, 9 wood, because the 8 wood mainly for that one cut shot. I actually did pretty well, Daniel. My drunken end of the night cost me a couple bucks. On mobile yet? No, not yet. I don't know. Do I think I'll make worlds before you? Absolutely, Adam. I'm a championship player. You're just a sit at home on the couch player. Figured I was going to fly it. Ah, no, that's worse than flying it. What? Dude, that's the slowest lip out I've ever seen. That I don't have any idea how that just lipped out. That chip I thought was perfect. Get it back. Yeah, a lot of these holes are very tough on mobile. Yeah. I don't know. They're different. It seems like the yardages are different. I just don't think. But once again, I have not played around with the pyro set yet, and seen how much more loft I'm getting, which is really all I'm missing right now is loft. Well, I just upgrade. I used gold to upgrade a game or two ago, and two holes that I never could get before weren't there. Were there. I'm already off par, Dylan. I can't take that. I can't take that. Not with this hole. If I was clean coming in, maybe. And that's why, see? That was actually a really friendly look. So I'm assuming you shot clean on it, Jason? Alright, I gotta try to make this then. Yeah, I have all the platinum and gold clubs, yes. 24 team. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm interested. Put everybody in the mix. Could be a totally different outcome than what would have happened. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta give my hands a quick wash. I'm getting kind of sticky. Welcome back. I'm back. Thanks for your patience, guys. Uh, all right. Well, that's probably my worst course from all the years up through now. What's after this? We go Junior. Oh, Pine, you're done, guys. Pine, I'm going to have a unique bag on too. Mainly because, yeah, okay, we're fine. One or two better on Sandy. So look at my bag on Pine. You'll notice I put a 3 hybrid in there, and I need it. I don't have the 2 drivers in this bag because the 3 hybrid is much more important than having 2 drivers on this course. I play on my tablet. My wife plays on her phone, and after watching it, I couldn't do it on my phone. No, I think it's a. I don't think. Well, it might be. I don't know. But at Worlds, they're play. Apparently, you get a tablet. So on Sandy, I might be changing off of Stouts though. Just this isn't there. What the? The 9 would never carries that far. That's trash. Oh no. Nah, she doesn't have enough time to play it. Well, she's not that great. She's good. She's okay, but not good. Okay, we only have a. Yeah. Fine. Uh, not as many anymore. I don't think she's playing nearly as much. Ooh, yeah, I don't think she's nearly going as hard at it. Not healthy. I would like to think I'm going to qualify, be the next Golden Tee Arcade player to make it. But it's not easy, guys. It's really not an easy game. Yeah, I see. That's the thing, though. I played them with no clubs or balls, and we'll see. We'll see. Wow. Woo. Fuck you. No. Oh, that's you playing Corey. What are you playing as? But that's not Luna playing, guys. It's not Luna. But that's not Paul Luna, though. Why did I roll that? Oh, I got the uphill box. Go ahead. I have no idea who it is, to be honest with you. This has been a really bad setup for Pine. No. No, stop. No. Oof. No. So back in the when we had the Marcade in Minnesota, she would come with me to the Marcade. I mean, I had a nice little man cave set up for it, but she would just I mean, she'd sit down on the couch and we'd watch movies. But when I'd be playing closest to the pit on two machines, when I'd ace on one of them, she'd get up and start playing right then. I would like to think that all of us get in. And then we get to sit there and give each other hand jobs during the tournament. It's going to be great. Guys, this is a really bad freaking look. This is as bad as this look could be. I'm not kidding. This is terrible. Hmm. I hope I got you on that one. I did miss one easy shot, but 18 might have saved me. I don't know if you had that shot in your bag. You guys might want to go back and look and see that shot. That's not one that a lot of people had in their bags. All right, we got Ruby Rock coming now. I'm going to stick with Stouts on Ruby. You shot a 29? Good job, Jason. I'm impressed. You take away my two stupid misses that I would have 29 that. What'd you hit on 18 that you shot a 29? No. I would have gone for that. I had a shot for that. I just knew that it was going to be long and leave me a shit putt. But if I would have played, oh Christ, not paying attention again. Let's make it chip then. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I went with the club set. Well, that's the only club set, but the 9.5 was the only low T driver that would have gotten under that tree. Come on. What are you doing? Fuck. Ugh. That's terrible. I think I just lost this one now too, didn't I? Just lose focus quite a bit, that's all. Well, that's kind of stupid, actually. I'm already 2 off, dude. I'm not at 20. You're not paying attention, Dylan. That would have been a good number if you mentioned it at the start. All right, here we go. We're going to turn it up a notch. Let's go. Watch this kick, though. I'll be fine. No, I'm not. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Come on. We're just not even paying attention. Yeah, just smacking the ball into rocks. Um. That's a really fun look. This is as bad as it could possibly be. This is the worst look you could get on this hole. I wanted to bite it too, and I should have. We got a couple of really good players here that's gone pretty decently far. What do we got? What do we got? Bad looks. Ooh. Getting a 30 on Powell is going to take more than an invite. And right now we're doing 2016 and 17's courses. Another ugly ass look. My God. Whew. Did I blow it? Did I lose even making the last couple holes on that look easy? You can do a water spray. I wear a mask when I go into stores. Yeah. Got a nice Hamilton mask. It's beautiful. I'm not a big fan of Rocky. Just basically pretty much all the courses from 10 to 15. There's one or two in there that I actually like a lot, but for the most part, yeah, that was one of my shiners, dude. Against putts. That was, but that was a look we could attack, though. That's the difference. The look we just had there was ugly as hell. Jonathan, stay up and play some more Golden Tee. Yeah, that's all I can say. That's my best convincing right now. 28.5 is doable. Do I feel like I'm getting that number right now? I don't know, man. I'm a little off. I did wear a pink shirt for Andy. That was part of it. I brought it up on the interview. Guys, and watch that Hamilton. It's the best thing I've seen live. It's an incredible show. Seen it twice now. It's fantastic. It's like my favorite thing. Even if you haven't seen it, listen to the soundtrack. It's amazing. I could get there. I think by what Numbnuts is saying, he shot better than par on it. So my thumbs just are a little off today. I'm not quite feeling it yet. Kirk, did you? Wow, I missed the ball. I got lucky. Kirk, did you see it in Des Moines when it was here? Is that when you saw it? because the traveling crew, the road crew, that it was a much better. Yeah, Wicked as well. It was much better. The road crew that came in Des Moines was better than the Chicago cast. I'll say that out. I'll say that outright. The traveling cast that played and the theater in Des Moines is absolutely fantastic. I paid for the. I went and saw it the day after Thanksgiving in Chicago, and I paid $1,200 for 2 seats. Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the traveling cast. You saw the same traveling cast though. Yeah, and the theater in Chicago, right? So and actually I proposed to my wife then too. But the theater in Chicago has a ton of obstructed view seats. It's a really old theater. I don't know what it's even called here now, but it's changed names all over the place. But you had to make sure you got ones that were good. I crushed that. Book of Mormon is one I've missed seeing all the time. Now, I used to play tea at a bar in Chicago, right across the street from there, called Stocks and Blobs, and it was great. It was like one of the only bars in the Loop open on the weekend. That's nice, John. Oh, come on! In fact, I will. You will find me playing, listening to Hamilton sometimes. Actually, I almost saw it. I wanted to see it in Vegas when I was there last, but in Vegas, I make sure we hit. Yeah, Wicked was fantastic too, though. Wow, we got a cultured degenerate GT player. There's not many of us out here, Kirk. And I will hold you to that. Guys, this is the drivable look. If I don't have the, I don't have the sauce with the tight. I don't have the sauce with the stouts. Can one of these just drop? My God. This is getting old. These are all right on the hole. Why is everything hanging on me so much today? Jesus. Yeah, I blew this game now. That's shit. I can't make the short chips when I start getting sticking to my deck a little bit. My hands just my fingers stick right here, and I just can't get it to go through. I might need to do a clean job on this thing. Get some of the scum. But I had to go for that because Jason made a comment that he said, I think he shot a one better on it, so I had to go for it. I think this is a course that if I play it from now on, it's going to be one of the ones I don't play Stouts on. That little bit of extra sauce on those shots might have made it a little different, but that was a blowjob game. Terrible, terrible, terrible looks. All right, so we go Kate. I don't remember what's next after this. I mean, we went Sandy. Yes, I have Kirk twice. Sandy, then Teal. All right, Teal, I can play my ass off. I'm good at Teal. Yeah, I saw that last year at Worlds again. The only one that I didn't like thus far, the worst one, and everybody seems to like it, was O. O was terrible. My favorite is still Love, but one's close right behind it. I like the music ones better than the other ones are great, but the music ones have got me more. What's the new one? There's a new music one that was coming too that I saw. What was it? We saw Ka too. That was decent. I want to see. I really should have already seen it, but ugh. I don't think I've ever hit the shot I'm about to hit, but we're gonna see if it works. It did. Zumanity, I want to see too. Yeah, they're all of them are fun. Now, if you guys notice, I do have a hybrid on this course, and I really don't like having it, but for the bell hole, the 5-iron hits the bottom of it every time. So I had to have something with a little bit lower loft for it. Did I really just do that shit? Flying stupid crap. Like the easiest shots. You're lucky I'm gifting you all this, Jason. But from now on, just listen to Jason because don't listen to Jason because he tries to talk you into it. I would never have done the shots I did if I didn't think you. He said he said I needed a 1 or 2 better, which means to me he shot a 1 better. So I went for a shot I wouldn't have, which is kind of a dick move. He's already got the advantage that I'm playing, talking to everybody, watching chat, and watching camera feeds in front of me, and he's still got to pull a move to try to get a stroke out of me. But that's okay. Whatever you need. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I missed that, but I thought. Oh, it's a great game. I'm not knocking it. No, no excuses. I'm trying to talk me into something. That's all. Good gamesmanship, poor sportsmanship. Once again, I mean, I even advertised his location. I even advertised his bar in my YouTube feed tonight for him. And he wants to try to snake a game for me. I know times are hard, bro. It might. Wearing a glove probably would help with my worst issues in Golden, but I can't do it. I mean, Michael Jackson wore a glove, so why not? I don't think I got a ball to drop at all in a long time. God, Jason Elliott's just so rude. I'm impressed. That's good. You stuck this. Or were you one better when you got to this and then laid up? That's ugly, dude. You did not stick this, Jason. Fuck you. Yeah, cool. It had a break on it. So you got that. You stuck that green, Jason, or were you one better going in? All right, that's all the invites there. What time is it? It's 10:18. I'll get a couple more in with you. So, what kind of putt did you have? The same kind of putt I did, right? Let's see what I got left here. Let's see if I got another one to play. I don't have any of that year's, but we'll see. I'm sure I got one left of me. And then I'm gonna go try to install my new phone screen. Hey, Lewis. All right, you got to pick one that's not the 2020 courses, right, guys? Some of you guys got to pick one of these. Yeah, I had that blind half right one in mind. I hit that putt straight and it still broke. How about let's just play shady and let Jeff Sudiak eat shit. All right, here we go. We're gonna pound on Sudiak. I'm gonna put up a clean round on shady for you. Make Sudiak sad. God damn, I can't get anything to drop. So I think Jason won 6 out of 10. That's pretty good, Jason. Good shooting. He wouldn't have won shady though, but he pulled a fast one on me. Should have had an even split. So if you guys had to pick one guest for Friday, or actually, I think we should pull it till next week. I think we should spread these out a little bit. Whoa. Hey, Greg Kinsler, how you doing? Now, is this Greg Kinsler of the acclaimed arcade fame, or is this Greg Kinsler GT Mobile God? How did I leave that short? All right. We know where this one's got to be. Oh, sweet. That's a solid play on that hole. I got to give myself credit. That hole's a pain in the ass. Yeah, it does. It does. Come on, one time. One time. One timed it. I called it one time. We got it. So my wife is. I went upstairs when I went to pee last and washed my hands. My wife started telling me all about Kyle Busch being a huge douche again tonight. Damn it. Wrecking a guy, wrecking Elliott. Right, that's the wrecking Elliott again. Shot on 9. Oh yeah, I know. It's tough. That's one of the things I haven't quite gotten figured out. Chase is Jill's guy. Well, Dale Jr. was her guy, but obviously not anymore. Ugh, I don't like that look. Not a big fan. I'm gonna play it safe. Leave a putt. That's all you can do, right? Well, guys, you've been watching the word of mouth. We had Andy Haas on with us tonight, and this is a terrible setup too. Jesus, some bitch. Well, terrible look today for this hole, but perfect. Ooh. Oh, come on, that can't bite that hard out of dirt. Stouts made that a lot easier. I don't think I could have hit that shot that I just hit with Titans. I really don't know if I could have hit that with Titans. I think I would have had to try to low tee it around. Well, we ended the night by making Jeff Sudiak eat shit. A little one better action on Shady Acres is never an easy contest to do. But if there's a course, I mean that course has no distance concerns at all, Ken. So there's no sense in why would I not play them? If there's no distance concerns or holes that I can lose with Stouts, then there's no sense in not playing them. The only ones like Castleshire, I'm playing tight. I'm playing streaks. Um, I'm playing Titans on Teton half the time. Yeah, I mean, if there's no distance concerns, why would I want to f with the wind at all? It doesn't make sense not to. You think the ball's got to go away? I don't think nerfing it's even a very good idea. I think it should just be gone next year. But until it's gone, it's an advantage for us playing them. How hard? I mean, those two shots, like 18 would have been damn near, would have been super hard if I had to try to cut the 8.5 driver into that wind. But instead, because I have half the wind, I can cut a 3 wood with bite. That was easy as hell. But I think we'll call this episode of Word of Mouth, guys. Always a pleasure having you. Keep subscribing and liking. We love having you here. I think we'll push back. I think I'll have an interview for you guys on Monday. It's another good one. You're gonna love to hear this one. And then, like I said, Kevin seems to want to jump in too. I think I might be able to pull a stream in with Kevin too, and maybe talk about the game a little bit while we're playing, make it a little bit more fluid. But everybody, come back Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll try to be more. We'll try to get started a little earlier so we get you guys going right at 7:30 from now on. Otherwise, have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.